Hey, what's up? It's Patrick Ishros via Fire, and I want to talk about, do you struggle with believing that God understands you? So, this is something that I struggle with sometimes is I struggle with believing that God understands me. And I know there's some people out there who may struggle with this as well. It's because um you ever feel like your situation might be too complex for God to understand it? Like so much stuff happen at the same time, and then it's like you ever go through situations or seasons of your life to whereas so much stuff is happening at the same time, and it kind of feels like sense is lost. Does that make sense? Like it feels like the situation is tangled up into a lot of things and it's too complex, and you feel as though God, you know what I'm saying, you basically struggle with believing that God understands you. And I'm gonna just give y'all some encouragement, and I'm gonna say that God understands you, man, even though that situation that you might be going through seems complex. Because sometimes we put our own limitations to how much we believe God should understand us. Like we put our own limitations on God's understanding. I'm gonna give y'all an example, right? Let's say, you know, you think like, let's say that you're trying to believe that God understands you, but it's like you're using your own mind and your own understanding to limit God's understanding of your situation. But let me tell you something about God, man. God is all knowing, you know. So if you take the smartest man that ever walked this earth, right? If you take the smartest person that ever walked this earth, you know what I'm saying? If you take like just any human being who's a genius, like now we already know Jesus is the smartest man that ever walked this earth, but I'm talking about like another person, like another man. Like if you take like another man who's not Jesus that ever walked this earth, I'm talking about like you bring like all the geniuses in the world. God is smarter than all the geniuses in the world, man. Jesus is smarter than all the geniuses in the world. So what makes you think that God does not understand your situation when God understands how entire universes work, entire galaxies work? You know what I'm saying? God understands like how 1,000 people think. He understands their inner thoughts. He understands the reasoning behind everything that you did. Like he sees everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like when God looks at your life, God's eyes, they don't look at your life as regular human eyes, because God's eyes have like this thing to whereas they just zoom out your entire life and they see the reasons why you did the things that you did. Not only does he have the data about your life, he has all the data about your life, right? He has all the data about your life. And not only does he have all the data about your life, he knows how to interpret all the data about your life. He knows how to understand it. There's one thing to have all the data, but can you really understand that data? You know what I'm saying? Can you really understand the information that's in front of you? Not only is God all knowing, you know what I'm saying? God's understanding is on a higher level. God's understanding is God's understanding is like extremely, like, you know what I'm saying? He's all knowing, all understanding. He understands things, man. Like, because some people have the information, but they don't really understand it. They don't really relate to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, if you're a person out there who struggles with believing that God understands you and God understands your situation, just understand God understands all the complicated things. God is a genius. Never forget that God is a genius. God is smart, bro. God is the smartest of all time. So if a person could understand you, if a person who has some good amount of understanding on them, if they could understand you, then imagine what God how God can understand you. If God is infinity times smarter than that person. So yes, God understands the complex situations. You ain't gotta feel like your situation is too complex or so many things happened and things get tangled up within each other and this and that, and then this happened, and then you try to do this, and then you try to have the right intentions here, and then the intentions, something bad could have happened a little bit, and then like you bounce back, but your heart is in the right place, and then you went through this, and then you did that, and then you set yourself up to win, and then things shifted, and then the ground moved from under you, and then like this and that. Like, God understands all that. Like, it's like God is following the entire story. Like, God sees the entire story. You know what I'm saying? Like, think of your life as a movie. Like, God sees the entire chapter. God is not just looking at chapter, let's say you're at chapter 17 in your life. You know what I'm saying? God sees from chapter 1 all the way to 17. God is not just looking at 17. And when people look at your life, a lot of people, man, when they look at your life and they judge you from chapter 17. They don't really see like 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 17. They don't really be seeing that. So if you're a person out there who struggles with believing that God understands you, he does. You know what I'm saying? So just talk to him from your heart. Just be honest with him, because God do understand you. God do understand the situations that you had to fight through in order to make it, in order to become successful. Everybody path is not what it seems. Like, some people really had to really fight. I'm talking about some people really fighting things like behind closed doors, like things they don't even be discussing with the public like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, people going through all types of things. So just really talk to God, because God really understands you. And when you talking to God, man, you ain't even gotta like God understands you. The first time you say something, God understands. Even before you talk to God, he already understands you. You know what I'm saying? But the first time you talk to him, he understands you. Don't you know how many people out there to whereas you got to repeat yourself 1,000 times, and after the 1,000th, I can't say that word. After the 1,000th time, they still don't understand you. So you did all this explaining. It's like you were just wasting your breath and your air, bro. They still don't understand you after all those times that you explained yourself. You know what I'm saying? But God's understanding is on a whole nother level. So if you're a person out there who struggles with believing that God understands you, just believe, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking to myself too, man. We just gotta believe that he understands us. I know sometimes life could get crazy and you feel like, you know what I'm saying? You could feel all type of ways because you're a human being, but just understand that God understands you. And yeah, man. So this is basically all I wanted to say, man. Peace.